S&P 500 is going to send the crypto market into a bear market in 2026, and we have to be ready for this. Now, what is coming next in the next few months is something what crypto investors are not expecting. We are not going to go down. We are not having to experience a bear market this year just yet. We are going to reverse at the 100,000 area, and in fact, that's actually happening right now, and we are going to resume to the upside. Now, how much up we're going to go also will depend on the stock market, but in my opinion, we're going to top somewhere between 130 and 150,000 area latest in January 2026, most probably end of November or December 2025. We are not going to go that crazy up, but what we're going to experience is something like this. We will go into a blow off top, and then we're going to crash like we do every single year down. Now, the reason is the stock market. The stock market is actually pumping up, and it's already on the way to a blow off top. You can see at the bottom of the screen, the cycle indicator for the stock market is preaching the top. And the last time when it preached the top, we printed 3 red candles, and it was not even a bear market. No, the previous time when it went to the top, made an ultimate top right here at the end of 2021, we went into a fully blown bear market, went down by 25%. But the problem is that we went down by 25% within 1 year. So 1 year we were trading down, Bitcoin and crypto was doing exact same thing. Nobody wants to remember this period, but this period is going to be repeated one more time. We are going to repeat this in 2026, and this will be bad for the crypto market. Now, why this is happening? Let's analyze the stock market a little bit. If we zoom in and if I switch to the weekly view, I can see that the stock market is moving into weekly cycles. And one weekly cycle can take, we can see here 14 weeks. Some of them takes 32 weeks, but that's not a typical weekly cycle. A weekly cycle is between 22, 23, and 25 weeks. That's a typical weekly cycle. And when we can expect such pattern, we can actually trade much better because we trade the upper part of the cycle in such way. We make a top in between the week 16 to week 21, sometimes 22, and then we trend down for a couple of weeks. Now, for this to be able to predict this, we use the cycle indicators that you can see at the bottom of the screen. When we go up in the 2-week cycle indicator, this is the uprising portion of the cycle. We make top somewhere week 16, week 18, week 22, and then we go down. And then we look at the 1-week cycle indicator, which catches the bottom. Now, once the 1-week cycle indicator bottom, we can expect a reversal in price. That's how we can catch the perfect local bottoms and potential local tops using these 2 cycle indicators. If it's the first time that you see these indicators, you have to go to the website strategymaster.io or strategymaster.substack.com. Here I write about cycle indicators. I explain how markets move in cycles and how you can actually avoid making stupid decisions in the market and how you can make money with the market using the indicators. Here I use the indicators on a daily basis. I explain how you can make money with them, how you can time the bottoms, time the tops, and if you want to get access to them, all you have to do, you have to subscribe, gift a subscription to yourself or to someone else. Subscription costs $49 per month or 42 euros per month. You're going to get access to all the cycle indicators that we can see on the screen right here. And the cycle indicators, they vary. You can basically use the 1 month, which I'm using right now for the stock market. You can go as low as 1 minute and 3 minutes, and you can even scalp using the cycle indicators. The problem with the stock market is it's actually pumping up and there's not enough space, not enough time to take profits out. That's why we get these crazy red candles like we got 10 days ago. Such red candles, they shake out the stock market in one big move, 3-4% down, but it also shakes the crypto market down. See, this red candle would have never existed if we wouldn't have had such a big sell-off. If I switch to coin like Chainlink, I could see that Chainlink went down in one big candle by 60%. You want to avoid such situations. You don't want to have such situations because how can you actually trade it? How can you make money using it? Sure, if you open a short position at the top somewhere here and then you short basically to the bottom, that is great. However, most of us are currently expecting the reversal. And these are the periods when you don't want to hold big short positions right now. You want to slowly position into long. However, as long as this indicator is trending down, you should not be opening long positions. And that's why when people ask why altcoins are not pumping, it's because they don't use the cycle indicators. Now, the cycle indicator has to fully reset, fully go down. Only then the coin or the financial asset can start pumping and start increasing in price. So that's why we still need at least a couple of weeks for Link, potentially up to 1 month. Now, if I switch to any other coin, for example, Tau, I can see that it's already going up. It made a bottom at the $150 area, and now it's increasing. It is increasing because the 2 weekly cycle indicator is going up. So whenever you choose an altcoin to trade, always take a look at what the cycle indicators are doing. Ether doesn't look that good just yet. Again, it needs just a couple of weeks to go down and then to reverse. That is where we want to open longs. And basically, all this information coincides with the stock market. Now, I expect the stock market to reverse to the upside one more time. In fact, it's already printing a green candle right here. I don't think that the 2 weekly cycle indicator has enough time to go down and reset itself just because the stock market is going into a blow off top. That's why within 1 week, we are going to make a bottom in the 1 week cycle indicator. However, you can see that the price didn't even reverse down. You couldn't even short that because you wouldn't make any money. And from there, we're going to start pumping. 2 weekly cycle indicator will reverse and we're going to go up. However, I'm not really happy about this because, first of all, it's very hard to time the reversal points if the cycle indicator doesn't go down and doesn't reverse properly. Now, in case we get this red scenario right here, I'm actually afraid of it because this red scenario, once it tops above 7,000 points, we are going to go down badly. We are going to go down. The stock market is going to crash. The crypto market is going to crash. And many other financial assets also going to experience a downturn, including gold and silver, which are performing really well. I would prefer to have this green scenario right here, to have enough time, at least 1 full month or 1.5 months to fully reset, go down, reset the sentiment, make sure that the 2 week cycle indicator is also resetting, and then go up from there. This would be much healthier for the market, but the market doesn't care about our feelings and doesn't care what we actually want. It does what it wants to do. That's why we have to play it right. I'm going to switch to the Bitcoin chart and I'm going to open the 2-hour time frame. Now, the situation with Bitcoin is clear. We entered into a position at 104K area. Bitcoin is still pumping up. However, in the short term, it is going to reverse down. How much down Bitcoin is going to go, it is hard to say, but we can see that the 3-day cycle indicator is still pointing down, meaning that we might need about 1 week to either consolidate or actually make one more low at around 102K area and start pumping from there. This would make our last cycle a failed cycle. Now watch my previous video if you want to understand what is a failed cycle. This would bring so many people out of the position. This will again liquidate the long positions that exist in the market right now, and then the market would start going up. I am ready for this kind of environment, and if you want to be ready, go subscribe for our Strategy Master Plan. I'm going to put you in a group where we will be discussing on a daily basis what happens with the market and how can you actually catch these bottoms and catch these tops. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I want to reach 1,000 subscribers so more people understand cycles, or more people understand the market and analyze the market in a correct way. This is not magic. These are simple timing bands that tell you the exact points when you should allocate more capital and when you should reduce risk in your portfolio. This is an exciting opportunity, an exciting time in the market because we're going to go up in the one violent move and then we're going to go into a bear market. And of course, we're going to short a bunch of altcoins in the bear market. And this is my favorite activity to do. That is where the money is. And we're going to do it together in an Honest Casual channel and a Strategy Master VIP group. See you in the next one.